All right, let's dive into one of the most powerful and maybe one of the most asked about parts of Bazi, timing. We're going to talk about why some parts of your life feel like you're on a roll and others, not so much. And more importantly, how you can learn to work with these different seasons instead of against them. So let's start with this. This one sentence is everything. The Bazi chart you're born with, that's your blueprint. It's locked in. But your life? The actual experience of living? Oh, that is constantly in motion. And understanding that difference, well, that's the key to everything we're talking about today. I mean, you've felt this, right? You look back at your 20s and everything was just easy. Or maybe your 30s felt like you were constantly trying to push a boulder uphill. It's not just your imagination, and it's definitely not random. There's a rhythm to it, a reason for these chapters, and Bazi gives us a way to actually see it. Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to talk about these life seasons, then we'll get into your personal 10-year forecast. After that, we'll figure out how to read that energetic climate, add in the yearly weather, and then, the best part, figure out how to time your biggest moves. Let's get into it. So to really get a handle on these life seasons, we have to look at the 10-year forecast. And the tool for that is something we call luck pillars. This is where your fixed, static birth chart starts to dance with the dynamic flow of time. So what are luck pillars? Well, think of them as these big 10-year blocks of time. Each one comes with its own unique elemental flavor that kind of washes over your original birth chart. It's like your life is a book, and these are the chapters. Each one has its own theme, its own vibe, and its own set of opportunities and challenges. You know, here's my favorite way to think about it, and it just clicks for so many people. Your birth chart, that's the permanent landscape of who you are. It's got your mountains, your rivers, your forests. It doesn't change. But the luck pillars, those are like massive, decade-long weather systems that roll across your landscape. Sometimes it's 10 years of sunshine, sometimes it's 10 years of fog and rain. And you can see here how a whole life is pretty much mapped out in these decade-long chunks. Now, the exact age you start your first pillar is different for everyone, but the principle is the same. Your life unfolds in these 10-year chapters. And that switch from one to the next, that's a major shift in the overall energy you're working with. Okay, so we've got these 10-year chapters, but obviously not all of them are going to feel the same. These weather systems can be really supportive, or they can be, well, pretty challenging. It all depends on how those new elements interact with your personal chart. A favorable pillar, that's like a decade of sunny skies. The energy just supports you, your daymaster. Things just seem to work out. Opportunities pop up, and you feel like you've got the wind at your back. Then you have challenging pillars. That's the stormy weather. But here's the crucial thing. Challenging doesn't mean bad. It just means you've got to work harder. It's a testing period. Think of it this way. A clashing pillar might push you so hard at a job you dislike that you finally develop the skills to leave and start something you truly love. See? It's about growth. And of course, it's not always dramatic highs and lows. You also get neutral pillars. These are the times for just keeping things steady. It's not about making huge leaps. It's more about maintenance, consolidating what you have, and just making slow, steady progress. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we've got the 10-year climate down, but what about this year, right now? To get that level of detail, we have to zoom in and look at the annual weather forecast. And that's your annual pillar. This is the unique elemental signature for just one single year. So, if your luck pillar is the entire season, let's say it's a long, cold winter, the annual pillar is the weather today. Is it snowing, or is it one of those surprisingly sunny winter days? It's that extra layer of information that sits on top of everything else. Take 2025, for example. It's the year of the yin wood snake. That specific combo of wood and fire brings a very particular energy to the table, and it's going to interact with every single person's chart a little bit differently. So even if you're in a tough 10-year pillar, a really good year can come along and feel like a total ray of sunshine breaking through the clouds. Okay, so this is where it all comes together. This is the so what. How do we actually use this information? This is where Bazi stops being theory and becomes a real-life strategy for making better decisions. It's about learning to row with the current, not against it. So think of it like this. Want to make a big career move or start a business? The absolute best time is during a favorable wealth or authority pillar, when the energy is literally there to back you up. Looking for a relationship? You'll want to watch for what we call peach blossom years. And on the flip side, during years that clash with your chart, that's your signal to really double down on your health and self-care.
It's all about knowing when to hit the gas, when to cruise, and when to maybe pull over for a bit.
Okay, let's make this practical for you right now. Go grab your chart from any online calculator, find your luck pillars, and see which 10-year period you're in. Just look at the elements. And then ask yourself, does this feel right? Does this feel supportive? Or has it been a bit of a struggle? Just that simple act of awareness is huge. It's the first step to consciously working with your own timing.
And look, I really need to hammer this point home. This is not about fortune telling. It's not about saying this will happen. It's about energetic awareness. It's knowing the terrain. Are you sailing with a tailwind or are you navigating a storm? Knowing that doesn't take away your free will. It gives you more of it and empowers you to make smarter choices.
At the end of the day, this whole thing is like getting a personal weather forecast for your life. You can't change the weather. You can't stop the rain from coming. But you can absolutely decide to grab an umbrella, fix the leaky roof, or maybe just stay inside and read a good book. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you have a glimpse of the forecast, how are you going to navigate your next season?